We're created by the Creator to create.
Welcome to the Better Man Podcast with Ivan and Sumedh. This podcast is all about how to be an optimal, conscious male in today's society. Join Ivan and Sumedh as they go deep into the rabbit hole of personal growth, mindset, social dynamics, and spirituality. Are you ready to be a better man?
So you the tough guy, then I really enough guy. I'm the bark, bad guy.
What? I don't even know how we can begin. It's such an awkward transition.
Look. Today's Better Man Podcast, we're gonna be talking about what we talking about soon. Give it to them, bro. I just want you to give it to them. Just give it to them. Just give it to them.
Today, we are going to be talking about
Give it to them.
awakening.
Yes, you're awakening. You are awakening, my friend.
How to supercharge your awakening.
Make that
give you
go
tools.
faster. Make that go faster. Right?
Make that velocity rise.
You see what he's talking about? Velocity? That's a made-up word. Just like your name. Your name's made up too.
They're just sounds.
Everything's just made up. Everything's just made up.
It's just sounds.
You know what I mean? And like rules and conditioning, all that is just a part of what? They call it the collective consciousness. Right?
Yeah.
So it's just something that everybody has agreed to be like, yeah, that's true, and that's why it is true. Everyone has agreed to be like, yeah, it's true, and that's why it is true.
Right.
So it's only a fact because the majority of the population believes it to be true, and that's what makes it a fact.
Feelings are not facts.
No, feelings are facts. I'm not even actually kidding with you there. Feelings are facts, bro.
I guess they're information. Would you call them facts?
Is information a fact?
Are you like an economist?
Bro.
Is everything data to you, bro?
Yes, bro. Everything is fucking data, bro. Everything is fucking data, bro.
It's so true, though. I ain't gonna even lie. It's so true.
Yeah. So you're a tough guy. Like a really rough guy.
You know, enlightened. Think about this, right? Enlightened, right?
Oh,
You're light.
Should we do the affirmations? Right. Oh.
Before I drop some heavy knowledge, heavy knowledge.
He's about to give it to you. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Woo! Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Give it to them. Woo!
I will give it to you.
We're accepting money, by the way, guys.
Don't really.
No.
Please don't.
Guys.
Alright,
This is my homeboy. This is my homeboy.
You can't have him.
I mean, it depends who you are. But, you know.
You gotta be a celebrity.
If you're God. No, I just mean like if you're God. Only if you know you're God. No. When you actually know that you're God, like somebody will tell you what, this is how you understand you're an awakened person.
Mm.
You're gonna have the knowledge first, right?
Mm.
You're gonna have the knowledge first, right?
The knowledge.
And then what's next?
After the knowledge.
And then what's next? After the knowledge.
After the knowledge would probably be the wisdom, the experiences.
So you can't even get the wisdom until you get the knowledge.
Yeah.
But sometimes that wisdom gives you knowledge. See how that's what works.
Yeah. But does the knowledge give you wisdom?
It leads to wisdom. Knowledge is only part of wisdom.
Yeah.
The other part of wisdom is experience.
Yeah.
You need to experience it, and then you know. So me telling you, yo, you're fucking God. Me telling you, yo, you're fucking God. You looking at me right now, you're God. Like, some of you are gonna be like, the fuck is this guy saying? No, I'm not God. And some of you would be like, yeah. Yeah.
You know
But
what I
then there's
call
an in
it?
between though. But there's an in between. Do you realize that?
You know what I call it? God amnesia. We all forgot that we were God.
That's one way of putting it. That's one way of putting it. You know, see
Yep.
that God amnesia that all of us have. There's 3 groups, right? And the middle one, that's the one of the people we're talking to right now. We're very much likely talking. If it's not you, well, I mean, you can tell us that. You know, that's not me. You don't gotta go and get mad.
You don't gotta go Dukes of Hazzard on us, okay?
Please don't. Please don't. I'll be very disturbed. My wife's inside and the kids are eating macaroni.
Weren't we gonna do affirmations?
It's awesome, man, bro. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. It is all my fault. That's the affirmation.
VICTIM. I am me because of them a victim. Yeah.
What do you think about that, bro? Do you think they should actually say that? It's my fault. Because in one way, it's my fault is like, yo, it gets me to take responsibility. Oh, bro, I just realized that shit. That the other day, when we were in Vegas, you were like, yeah, I should take blame more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But should you take blame more?
No, it's like I could, you know.
Accept. So I feel like blame is just a bad word for it. You know what I mean? Take the blame. No, actually, it's not the blame. No. Yeah, blame. Actually, blame feels like a good name. I'm gonna name one of my kid Grief, one kid Blame, and another one Lame. And watch how they surpass all your little fucking nasty ass kids called Allison and you know Marco. You know, fuck all y'all. But
Grief, come here.
I'm gonna name
Grief, please follow me, Grief.
I'm gonna name my kids some opposite ass names to their face, bro, just to fuck with everyone so hard. Like kind of like Northwest. What's the bitch's name? Northwest. I called her that bitch. She's a little girl.
You call everything that bitch.
I call everything that
bitch. So yeah, the affirmations. You are eternal.
I hope y'all don't got toe fetishes. Because your toe fetish is eternal.
Toe fetish. Alright, so.
You want to order pizza? Like a vegan pizza. No, I'm kidding. Me either. No, I don't. I don't want to, but I want to. You know what I mean?
Man, that's like such a girl thing to do, bro.
Look, bro. My masculine is stronger and my feminine is stronger. It just be like that, you know what I mean?
It be like that.
No, it's like that all the time. Yeah.
All the time.
Bro, because my moon is mine. Is my Scorpio too. So I'm a Scorpio, Sun, Scorpio, Moon. Right? Those people have like a balance. All right?
Yeah.
So you know. Now imagine balance in your emotions and balance in your directiveness, lack of emotion.
Right.
There's power in lack of emotion. There's power in emotion. There's power in attachment. There's power in detachment. Don't let them fool you with that. Oh, detachment's bad shit. No, it's not. Detachment, we need to be attached to some things. We're attached to our parents. When we're kids, make sure that we're survived. Our mothers are attached to their babies. It's, you know, when a mother has a kid, she feels like, you know, she falls in love with the baby. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like she's fallen in love, right? With the baby.
Yeah.
With the baby.
Chemicals are the same. Yeah. The neurochemicals.
Isn't that so funny, bro? Like, you don't feel chemicals, but like, woo, you just suddenly feel the mood and be like, oh shit, my chemicals. Let me check those.
Oh, wait, chemicals.
My chemicals.
Like what every scientist is wondering right now. Like, how do we get all these facts? Like, how do you get all these facts? Well, let me tell you guys. Please repeat after us. I am eternal.
I am eternal.
I am all of nature.
I am all of nature.
I am a manly man.
I am a manly man.
And I set the world ablaze with my yang.
And I set the world ablaze with my yang.
Hadouken!
Ha! Hadouken! Bro, you ever look at your face and you're like, what the fuck, bro? That's me. I'm in
Yeah.
my body. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I know, right?
You-
Trippy.
Hey, what's up?
Is that really me? Like,
It's me, Ivan Acosta, and we're here shooting a video with Sumedh. Sumedh, would you like to tell us what is the biggest blockage to a man's, and then I'll say the woman's, you know.
okay. So yeah, the biggest thing for guys is that we're too disconnected. Ooh. We're too disconnected. You see, when you always notice that guys are trying to suppress and isolate themselves and disconnect themselves from the present moment a lot of times. Like they'll be really into beer, watching sports, right? Something like that. So we want to understand that, you know, the answer is connection, like just pure connection. You know what I mean? That's how you bypass that feeling of like, I feel so isolated, like I just feel by myself. No, you don't. Like you gotta connect to your inner child. You gotta connect to your inner truth. Okay, you gotta connect to your inner best version of you. You gotta connect to your best like version of you that does that one particular craft really well. You know, like all of it, holistically as a man. Like holistic. That's what I think about when I think about the masculine energy. You know, very well-rounded, like
No.
a solid consciousness.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because everything's a paradox.
Exactly. Because that's what I was thinking. Like, because the masculine energy moves like in the direction, but it's also like one consciousness.
You know,
like
I always,
still,
I always just think, I always go back to the yin and yang. The yin and yang is honestly the best fucking form of this. Like, let me paint to you the real yin and yang. Right? So let's take the big ones, the ones that look like big teardrops, right? Let's take those, right? There's one white and there's one black, right? And inside of the white, there's a little black dot. And inside of the black, there's inside a little white dot. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Now, here's where it gets funky.
That's good. Okay.
So, on the outside, there's a ring. And there's a white ring. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're saying that even to all of this, what is supposedly the negative, is contained and is actually good. Right? To me, the negative energy is good. It's good. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. All right. It's supposed to happen.
You mean because it's evolutionary? You know, because negative energy does protect us.
Because negative energy is just dark energy, right? So here's the real crazy part. I know I said I was gonna say the crazy part before, but now I'm really gonna fuck with you. I'm really gonna fuck with you. So inside, you can go into the little dot. We're gonna go into the little white dot that's inside the black one, right? And you could say that little white dot can either be making more white or more black, right? So the good that's happening inside of the bad is actually creating a bad, right? Like good times create weak men create hard times create strong men. You heard that one before?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that good that's happening is also causing bad. Right?
Yeah.
So now we're considering the good, the white, the pure, the godly, the holy.
Yeah.
Right? To be the one you don't want. That causes the harm.
So yeah, if you think about the word awaken, right? It's almost like you're waking up from a dream, but you realize that it's always been a dream. You know when you're lucid dreaming and you know that you're dreaming, it's sort of like that. It's like you sort of float throughout reality a lot more smoother, I would say. Definitely not smoother in terms of the physical realm, but in the metaphysical realm, this is really what it's about. So awakening can be pretty scary. It can be pretty scary for a lot of people. It's not a fun experience. It's kind of like a roller coaster ride, I would say. For some people, it's very smooth, I guess. For me personally, I would say that I've definitely awakened multiple times throughout my...
Bro, it's an infinite awakening, bro.
Yeah, that's what I realized as well.
Did you say spiral dynamics or even chart of consciousness? Right?
Right. What's beyond transcendence, man? That's what I want to know. What's beyond it?
Bro, transcendence is just another layer. There's like more layers deeper than transcendence. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's infinite. Because it's infinite. Like think about that. Then you meet a transcendent, and then what? You know everything. Suddenly you didn't. You knew hardly anything, but now you transcend.
I think you transcend your physical body.
True.
Well.
Yeah, that's what that came to mind right now. I was like, we're always transcending ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
Transcending all thoughts, transcending all beliefs.
I have an ebook called Transcend Mediocre. If you guys want to check it out.
No, bro. You actually need to get it.
Yeah.
You actually need to get it. Like, it's not even a joke right now. How much is it?
It's like...
Be honest, it's not. It's like what? Say the full thing.
It's $20.
It's $20. It's just $20.
Right.
No. You get knowledge-packed book, backed by research, for $20. Come on. Don't be stingy with yourself. Don't be stingy with yourself. We don't care if you buy it. We're still gonna be rich as fuck one day. I know. I mean, I don't know about soon. I know about myself.
No, I know about me. I don't know about this guy.
But I'm gonna be a fucking millionaire, right? It's my destiny to be a millionaire.
I just know I'm gonna be the world's greatest.
Goddamn, bro. Can you believe I'm fucking 22 years old? Look at this. Look at this fucking being right here. Could you believe I'm fucking 22 years old?
Like you're like 34, bro.
Bro, I could pass 34 years old. But one of those 34 years olds that always looks well moisturized.
Even today, bro, I got called sir again, and it's such a, like...
It's badass, bro.
It is badass.
Fucking badass.
It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, yeah.
Sir is like a nice thing.
Term of respect, yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Sir. Damn. I'm a fucking sir. I'm a fucking sir, bro. And that is how you transcend. See, we just had an awakening right now. Right? An awakening just means you're able to see what you couldn't see before. Now, it doesn't mean you can see everything that you couldn't see before. Like,
Bro,
what the fuck, right?
I remember when I asked you, what is enlightenment to you? And you were like, you just touched light, right?
I mean, if that's what I said.
If that's what you did, that's what you said. You were like, you just in touch with the light.
Oh,
enlightenment, right?
You're enlightened. Enlight. And meant.
Men.
Men.
Not for women. Anyway, think about it, right? Enlightenment, like to lighten someone's day, right? Or to lighten up. What does that mean? It just means to take things lightly, right? This life isn't super serious.
Do you want to feel heavy, or do you want to feel like you weigh as much as light does? That's weightless.
No, I was thinking like a feather, but when you said the light thing,
bro, I know, right? She was lit as fuck for me too, bro. I'm experiencing myself. Do you get that? Do you get this? It's not like I know myself. I'm experiencing what you would just call myself. Myself is just this generalized being, right? You could just say God experiencing himself. That's why everyone has all these lives. You know, in a way, it's more fun for God. I feel like I just convinced myself that it's just more fun for God. Think about that. But who knows? I have no clue. But I'm okay with it being more fun for God. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fun for him, I guess. Or her.
Oh, for real, bro. We always say him. I know, we always say him.
Yeah.
Even I know. No, but here's the thing.
It's yin and yang, you know what I mean?
Well, because there's a life of paradox. Yeah. He is a she is a he. Yeah. There's both. Right? Because I'm a he. I'm God. Right? I was made from a woman. You were made from a woman. I mean, you came out woman. I mean, specifically. You took your dad's sperm. You took your mom's egg. You took your dad's yang. You took your mom's yin. They merged it together. They made a little yin yang. A little yin yang, baby. Bro, that's what fucking happens.
Some yin yang twins.
That's what fucking happens. That's just what fucking happens. Your mama and your papa made a little yin yang, and that's who you are now. You're your own individual yin yang walking around.
You ever heard that song like Yin Yang Twins, bro? It's like,
sounds like a good song, bro.
Just whispering. It's just a bunch of whispers.
That's probably what Justin Bieber did in his song. I like to be everything you want. Yeah, hey, girl. That's probably let me talk to you. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go.
How do we get to
you
this?
Want my arm,
oh, because the other song sounded like that. Yeah, totally.
I can be a gentleman, anything you want. If I was your boyfriend, never let you go.
You suddenly turned into Batman. I don't know what happened to him, bro.
That's how the song goes, bro.
I know.
Why do you say Batman?
It's like, your boyfriend and never let you go. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, man. You're funny. Is there more? There's more quinoa, yeah. You finished it?
Have you ever seen
quinoa?
No, there's still some. Quinoa. There's still a lot of it. But yeah, I was thinking, have you ever seen The Matrix? Not the movie, but like the actual Matrix. The Akashic Records, have you seen like people's auras? Like, what have you experienced, man, in your awakenings? What did you like personally experience?
You know, you really opened up a really deep question. And I want to give you the honest answer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give you the honest answer. So I'm gonna start somewhere. It's gonna seem like it's not answering the question, but it's answering the question. it's a build. It's a build, right? I'm building something. So every thought that we have is believed to be a prayer in Christianity. Every prayer is a meditation. We are constantly meditating every single moment of the day. Because meditation means to focus on something. That's why people say, oh, working with animals is like my meditation. Right? So why do we need to meditate? Because naturally we have thoughts. Now, there's so many different kinds of meditations. There's ones that you call the do nothing technique, where you just sit and don't move. That's it. Just sit and you don't move. And then there's other ones where you sit and you have to focus on something. Others, you just let your mind wander. But in these, you got to focus on one thing. Right?
Yeah, there's candlelight meditation.
Which, fuck that one, bro. Lao Tzu didn't fucking tell me to wear glasses.
Wear sunglasses as you do it, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. I think that's why he went blind.
Lao Tzu did?
I'm just making that up.
Alright. So...
No, hold on. Actually, no, hold on. I said it was a deep question, bro. I'll tell you where I left off was that is a prayer. Every moment is a meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So you asked me the question. What was the question that you asked me?
The question is, what was your experience like with your awakening?
Of course. So, we've been awakening since we were children. First we're taken through your childhood. You're in the beige stage, right? That's your first stop, right? Now, what does that really mean? You're all about your own survival. That's all that matters. All your survival. Don't give a fuck about nothing. Just your survival. You're very selfish, right? But then you evolve, right? You grow up. You're like 3 or 4 years old, right? And now you see a tribe, right? Because but you only see a tribe. You only see a tribe. Because you're not old enough to go explore the world yet. So you can only explore the world with a certain few people, right? Even if that's your nanny, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles, whatever. In that part, you're mostly subject to your own family, and school for beliefs, right? So that's your tribe. That's the tribe. What is the tribe? 50 to 100.
100, yeah, 100 I would say. Usually.
Did you ever had class rivalries?
Class rivalries?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I don't know, like classes are like, oh, this class is better, this class is better, whatever. Like, because there's just different classes, like in so we have like AB. I'm class AB. Now class AC is better.
What?
Yeah. Like rivalries. Like
there used to be like this thing called, I don't know, like Spirit Day or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think where
people would compete.
We wore like different colors for each house,
mm-hmm.
like so it's just like I don't know. Mm-hmm. That was something weird and competitive.
Yeah. Okay. Competitive. All right. Cool. So that creates rivalry. Mm-hmm. And so what is the other class then? It becomes the other tribes taking the resources. What are the resources? In some schools, that is who's the one at the top. Number one out of the 500. Right. Who's number one? Right?
Yeah. So it's like the valedictorian or whatever.
Yeah. Valedictorian, right, or whatever.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said.
I know, man. I know. Said it on purpose.
But yeah, I agree with you. The thought is a prayer.
Oh, okay. So then we awaken deeper, right? But how do you awaken even between these levels? You have many awakenings, and then finally you get a really big awakening, right? And that towards big awakenings,
movies always showed us like
Sometimes
It's not like
sometimes
that.
it's like that.
Sometimes it is, but other times
Sometimes you're like, oh my God, I'm a genius. Dude. Sumedh likes to go. I like to say I'm a genius, right? And Sumedh likes to go, I got a genius.
I have a genius. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a genius. That's the selfless aspect of me in the flow state. You know, you need a bit of selflessness to like stay in that pocket, that sweet spot of just like, you know, optimal greatness.
Optimum greatness. Bro, what time did we start this? We never even checked the fucking time.
Yeah, we did. It was like 10, I think. No, it hasn't been 17 minutes. I don't think so.
I'll tell you. Let's see. 39 minutes.
Sweet.
Oh, that's like 40 minutes. So
Right.
what is the biggest blocker for men is disconnection.
Disconnection. What about for women?
Honestly, well, actually, I kind of want to break this down a bit more because, you know, this is like a men's podcast. You feel me? The previous generations, they were very, very disconnected. As men, they're disconnected from what? Feelings. Your feelings. Your feelings. Why? Because people were forced to do fucking jobs that are so fucking shit. How would you want to fucking connect with life when your job is so fucking shit, you know? You're like, well, you build a mentality of like, well, I gotta do it to feed the family, right? Whatever job I gotta do it to feed the family, right? You feel that?
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying making you feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, child is born by someone who they crave their attention, right? And is made more weak by mothers that are manipulating, the children, to make a non-dangerous boy. A non-dangerous boy. Right? Because they've been subject to abusive men. Right? So the abusive men make the woman, and the woman make the man, and it just continues in a cycle. Right? Because the men
It's like a
are
curse.
out here working the really fucking like shit jobs or whatever, or like having a lot of struggle because they're not connected. They're not connected to themselves, and then their woman will then, because of her manipulatedness, make a boy, and then this boy has the traits of seeking validation, has the traits of can't get validation, right? Is not man enough. Is not man enough.
I've seen a lot of women who like post pictures of their kids like their accessories, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they just use them as a prop.
What can I say, bro? It be like that sometimes, bro. I don't want to judge it.
You don't want to judge.
So a lot of these kids are the younger generation. The younger generation. Right? But you could even say that your parents or your parents' parents, their lives were even more crazy. Right? Their lives were the roles of what a man was and what a woman were very, very clear.
Where does man go? Wherever woman
But see,
goes.
that was when society was more in the lower level stages of consciousness. Now society as a whole has grown stages of consciousness, right? So now we're in a place where we can be like, well, actually, you could be a man and live like this. You could be a man and live like this. You could be a man. You're still a man, right? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. You're still a man, right? Because man is just somebody who mentions that they are majority masculine energy. And women, by saying you're a woman, just says, I'm a majority feminine energy. So the energy That's why you have those people who are like trans or whatever. I would say, like, it'll be like a dude, and he's like, yeah, I'm a woman, right? You'd be like, no, you don't look like a woman, right? But they're like, yeah, I'm a woman, because the majority of their energy is woman energy.
Can we expose the Femiluminati?
Don't tell them.
Don't tell. We ain't even gotta tell them. Don't tell.
That we are a part of the Femiluminati.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, do you want to order some food? You're supposed to say no.
No.
Nice.
I just went.
That just meant like, if we order food, I'm gonna eat it. If we don't order food, I'm not gonna eat it. Like it was like, because in your head you were thinking, well, Ivan said that we shouldn't order food takeout this whole week, right? That's what went through your mind right now, right?
Yeah.
So you were thinking, well, if you order this food, then it's not my fault, and it's Ivan, because he's the one who got the food.
It's not my fault. I didn't do it. Bro, this is a great, I'm going to reveal a secret to you guys, okay? I talked about this in my live video today, but I'm going to reveal it here on the podcast for free for you guys, okay? Listen. There's a nursery rhyme or a childhood silly rhyme that you can tell yourself that will remind you not to be a victim ever again. Listen to this. VICTIM. I am me because of them. A victim. What? A victim. Huh. VICTIM. I am me because of them. A victim. A victim. VICTIM. Me because of them.
Say it with me. Say it with me. VITZIM. I'm a victim because of a terrible upbringing.
Factoid.
All right, you gotta appreciate that shit, bro. You gotta appreciate that intensity.
Turn your traumas into triumphs. That's what we help you out with. You know what I mean? We've all been through trauma. Like, even just someone taking your toy away as a kid.
Honestly, I dropped so many fucking knowledge bombs.
Everybody wondering that these are cranberry noises you're hearing. For those listeners out there. All right, so back to the topic of awakening. What does that mean to awaken? Like, I think people describe it as different things. You call it like nirvana, which means blowing out, meaning blowing out a candle, right? It's essentially like a rebirth, you could describe it. Then there's samadhi experience or peak experience, flow state, right? All that stuff, which is great. And the feeling of timelessness, like what we have right now. You know?
If we could leave it with one message, it would be that you are God, because God is thoughts. God is mind, and you have a mind. And with your mind, you create.
That is true.
So you don't need to claim being God of everything, but you can claim being God of something.
You were created by the Creator to create. Like, look at the word procreate.
So you're separate from God, because think about it, bro. How much freedom do humans have?
Too much.
The most freedom of anybody, of any creature on earth.
In the mind.
We have the most freedom. We have the freedom to leave the jungle. Right?
Right.
Other animals don't do that shit.
Other people.
Other animals is like, I'm staying here, I'm staying in the lake. Right? Like, what's the purpose for a fucking crocodile now?
Probably to eat the food in the water or something. Probably for some evolutionary advantage.
So, what specifically does it do with its crocodile mouth?
A way I can describe it is like a film director trying to yell cut in a scene.
That's funny. It's meant to bite and kill. Right? That's it. It's meant to bite and kill. That those are its hands, right? Like it has paws, but but like it uses its beak like its hands. It doesn't use its hands to feed himself or to create. It uses his hands to swim. So the beak, in a way, becomes its hand as well, because it's what it's grabbing onto things with.
Wow.
So
That's weird.
it only has one tool, right?
So
what the fuck are your hands for?
Everything.
You can brush your teeth, you can wipe your ass, you can do your hair, you can eat food.
You can flip someone up, you can do a salute.
You can build a plane. Right, you can manifest energy with them. Yeah. Right? What the fuck are your hands
for? You can pet a little rhino, just a little baby rhino.
Where can you live? Where can you live? You live in the cold, mild, hot, desert, rainy. You live anywhere, right?
You could live in an ice cabin.
There are some people do. There are chimps who like only live on certain trees, like in the Amazon, they only live on certain trees and they only eat a certain kind of fruit, and that's it.
Yeah, and a lot of humans are like that too.
No, but okay, yes, but I get what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying though. It's a yes, and what in the way that you describe it to be, because you're saying that people are like, stuck and they don't move and they don't try new things or whatever. They're unadaptable.
Yeah.
Right? Well, the truth is they're choosing to not be adaptable. Someone who's unadaptable is choosing to not be adaptable. Right? Doesn't matter if you're right, doesn't matter if you're wrong. You're choosing to not agree with what's going on and behave differently and think differently and act differently. Right? You see, right now, Sumedh's going through a spiritual awakening. You can see his face. His nipples got hard. His armpit hair got extra long.
Yeah, it became Rapunzel in my pubic area.
The hair in his ass was braided. You know what I mean?
Just staple a bunch of rhinestones on the side, and just like a giant petri dish.
Bro, we said a bunch of random ass shit out of nowhere.
That's what it is. This is what life is. It's random.
Well, man.
But it's random within its design, which is a paradox.
So weak. I don't know, bro. Sometimes I feel like me and money, we still had a problem. And I realized that my association with money was when asking for money, I would never see my dad make money, I know he obviously made money, but I never saw that transaction of here's the money or we agreed to all this or da right? Yeah. So the only time that I ever saw some asking for money, which is something everybody has to do, obviously. I always saw it as my uncles or aunts or neighbors or whatever asking for some money.
Yeah. That's your association with it.
It's a bad thing, right? So now I'm realizing I only realized this today in the Uber here. I had an association that asking for money is something that losers do. That's just the way I saw it. Like money's just given to you. They're just gonna give you the money. No, you're gonna have to ask for it. If you ask for the money, it's given to you. If you don't ask, it's not given to you.
Money's energy. That was your post today.
Money's fucking energy, man. Everything's energy. Everything's data.
Everything's data. Everything's data.
Bro, honestly, this vegan diet was a smart ass move. My skin looks amazing. My jawline, my cheekbones, my nose, my lips, my eyelids, my fucking eyelids. This fucking vegan challenge has been amazing.
I do feel like I feel more chiseled. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My face shape changing and shit. Is that vegan diet? You know?
You know, my jaw's actually crooked, but it's chill.
Do you ever do mewing? You know
No. You hear that? You hear that? All right.
Yeah. It's like a little click, yeah.
Like, put your fingers right here. Like if you're touching your heart, but you're touching right here. Like, what the fuck, bro? You feel it?
Yeah. God damn. How'd you get a broke jaw?
I don't know. You just be like that.
Even too much head.
I wish.
So essentially, guys, what we wanted to talk to you guys about is how to speed up the awakening process. And all you got to realize is it's here now. It's right here. It's in the present moment. You don't have to wait for like some specific date to happen, like 9th November 2014. Like you don't need to go back to that and like, you know, think about it. Like you can actually recreate and then edit it afterwards. You see what I'm saying? So you write the story, but then you redraft the story. It doesn't always have to stay the same. You can always tweak. You can always hone. And you become adaptable. You become adaptable.
You know, honestly, I want to awaken people right now to this fucking statement I'm about to make. You need to be what the people around you need in that moment. And sometimes people need you to be overly friendly. Very questioning and asking them questions and just saying stuff. Right?
Mm.
And be like extra smiley or whatever. Sometimes other people need you to be, and at different times the same people also need you to be more tough, a bit more stern, a bit more bossy, a bit more like do it this way, this is the way it needs to be done, right? But it's always about being able to switch between them and knowing which one the person needs at the time. And now, see, these are only two examples. Sometimes somebody needs you to be extra laughing, right? You make them laugh, or you're extra comic, right? Sometimes you're more awakened. They need an awakened person in their life, right? And here you are, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you
Let
need to
your
play
hemispheres sync, like connect both of the dots.
Like if someone comes to you, right,
Yeah.
and they want to talk about either one or two things, right? One thing what are two things that you really like?
That I like.
That you just really like to talk about. They're separate things.
Separate things. I guess one would be flow.
Flow. What's the other one?
Another one would be happiness.
Happiness and flow. Sumedh likes to talk about two things: happiness and flow.
Which are kind of linked.
Bro, everything's linked. Now
It's a gateway.
see, I forgot where I was going with this. Could you remind me what I was saying before I asked you the question?
Yeah, you asked me what are two questions.
Before that,
two
what I
things.
said.
For your awakening, you need two things, or something like that. So you started it.
No, I didn't sound like that.
No?
No. Look, 10-10. See, was 10:40. Okay, what time is it?
What time did you start?
What did I say before this? No, whatever.
You told me what are the two things that like represent you or some shit like that. And
I know, but I'm asking myself, why did I ask you that?
Were you gonna say yours?
No. I never do that. I think that's a very foolish way of somebody stating what they want. Sometimes you just gotta let people talk, right? They just need to talk, to let it out.
That's what that's what psychotherapy is, bro. Talk therapy.
Yeah, well, so sometimes it's just, like I said, you need to be somebody different. So for somebody, for whoever it is, whatever time it is, sometimes that same person, you need to be a different person for whatever they need in that moment, right? And that's just how I see myself, as like winning in life, right? I do always think with a competitive edge. I know, I just always think with a competitive edge. Is that wrong? No. Do I want to give? I want to give out of love. Out of love. Out of love, I want to give. I want to give out of love. But I want to receive as well. I want to receive as well.
Remember, guys, giving begins the receiving process.
So honestly, I remembered why I asked. So if somebody comes up, you go up to somebody, right? And you're talking about flow, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like they need happiness more than flow.
Okay.
You're gonna talk about happiness instead, right? But if they're, if they're like more like, you know, averagely happy, but they're like very business oriented,
yeah,
you're gonna talk to them more maybe about flow, right? And the happiness would be like boost later, right? Because what's more important to them is the flow, and not the happiness. Yeah. Right. So
true.
Exactly. That's why you need to be whoever you need to be for that person in that moment, to give that person what they need, in order for you to also get what you need. Give others what you need, what they need.
Right.
And you will get what you need.
Yeah, we always say, man, like there is no perfect system, right?
Somebody else said it before me.
Who did?
Shit ton of niggas, bro.
Probably. I mean,
by the way, I could say niggas because I'm 5% black. Fucking judging ass bitch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a bitch. Well, it doesn't matter if you're Mexican or not. Everyone's black. When you're conscious, you understand that everyone's black. Right? Because where do you draw the line between black? Where do you draw the line between? I want you to think gradually.
I can't.
You can't. Right?
I just can't.
So here's black. So it's not a line of like white or black. It's a line of black or lack of black. But it's still a black line, right? It's still being measured in black. So black, you know, you look at, you know, people who are African American, or, you know, you would say, oh, they're considered black, right? Even like Brazilians, you could say they're black, right? So what does that actually mean? It's like, it just means,
that's bizarre.
that there's no scale. Like, it's like, let's just say humans started here with whatever part of Africa, right? And then they spread around, they moved, right? Okay. So what was happening each time they moved and they adapted? Their skin changed, right? Their tone changed, they adapted. So they just became less black, right? They didn't become more, and the way they did become more white, but we're measuring it from the beginning, because the beginning was black, so it's only a black line. You measure it from less than black, right? So black is not the color of people. Black is just the way you would actually refer to all humans. Because that's where the origin was. We didn't originate with light-skinned people, right? So you can believe, you know, that God created this world, but you can also believe that in the theory of evolution, because, you know, it makes sense to some extent. I'm not saying it's fully true, but I'm saying it makes sense to some extent. I'm gonna take what, you know, works.
Yeah, but even Thomas Crick, the guy who he came up with the concept of DNA, right? he was saying like DNA is a miracle. Like he like dreamt of it or something like that.
Mm.
You know, it was just like his suddenly just download into his brain. And so, yeah, I definitely think there was something in that statement that I wanted to share, but I'm not really being able to link it with anything as of now. But it's kind of a cool fact that he thought it was a miracle. Because really, think about this, like we're the precise distance away from the sun that it doesn't like burn us. Like if it was a little bit closer, you know, on the other side or whatever. Like the solar system is a system, right? So there's like a design going on there, like Venus, Pluto, Neptune, whatever. And then all these stars are also connected. It just makes you wonder. You know, it just makes you wonder. Because there is no perfect system, as we were saying. Like astrology is not a perfect system. Ayurveda is not a perfect system. Cryontology is another thing. I don't know. I was saying
Cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy. I mixed it with Scientology. That's
Cryotology.
They freeze motherfuckers on the call. Anyway.
Bro, could you believe we're gonna be in a different city tomorrow? For 20 big old days.
Yeah. It's gonna be long. We need to create another vision board for there too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Amen. I'm considering, like, if you're considering this too, to like just do a bunch of ohms for like 5 minutes with everybody.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bro.
You know, because ohms are really, really good for connecting your highest 2 chakras and your root chakra together. They're really good for connecting those, right?
Mm.
A lot of times, you know, we're almost like we're more on one than the other, right? But with the Om, you connect them both, right? The Om, what it does,
the vibration of the universe.
It vibrates all the way down to the bottom of your chakra, like, and chakra. Just think about chakra as like your body. Your body is the chakra.
The chakra means wheel, so it's just like a spinning wheel of energy.
Yeah, exactly. Right, it's just a spinning wheel of energy. But that wheel of energy, you know, like you said the other day, or you didn't say, you called it something. I know the word, but I don't remember the word. It basically just means that you have psychosomatic symptoms.
Psychosomatic. Yeah,
like you thought about it and it happened. Like right now, I'll tell you, there's fleas on your head. They're all over your body and they're jumping around. There's dogs with fleas around you, right?
Yeah.
You might begin to get itchy. You might begin to scratch your head. I know I'm fucking feeling a bit itchy now.
Honestly, I was like itching.
Yeah, right. I saw you, right? See, since you thought about it, so now it happened.
Exactly. Oh, bro, fuck a spider. Just kidding.
First of all, I would look for it and not freak out and smash it.
Others than smash. You have a video where you CGI into the Hulk. Right? Isn't this Mark Ruffalo?
I don't know who that is, man.
The Avengers guy for the Hulk.
I'm better than fucking Mark Ruffalo. The nigga don't got powers like me. He don't got powers like me.
I'm green and strong.
He don't got powers like me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not green and strong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all colors and strong.
Mm-hmm.
Because your aura is made from multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
Different colors to your aura.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, just being around me just shifts you to a higher level of consciousness. God, man, I swear, I'm so fucking cocky about this shit, man. I feel so fucking cocky. Besang kaki. Hey, besang kaki. What? Besang kaki. Yeah. Hey, besang kaki. Yeah. Hey.
Everybody now. Everybody. Everybody now. Everybody. Alright.
Yeah.
So
Education entertainment is what we call it.
edutainment.
Edutainment.
Alright, guys. We're giving you a lot of value. You know, just like this video is more of like a demonstration of what enlightenment looks like. If you start this video from start to finish, you will notice that we had a lot of awakenings throughout this time.
We had awakenings while we were shooting this, bro.
Yeah.
So if you understand any of the concepts that we said, you're always awakening. You're always awakening. Always awakening.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can go deeper.
That's the takeaway.
We can really go deeper.
You're always awakening.
We could really kill these fucking topics. I can keep going. I can keep fucking going. When
No,
I tell you that when I tell you,
days.
bro, I understand
40 days, 40 nights.
consciousness higher than most people. I'd say this straight up. I understand consciousness higher than most people. I have a higher consciousness than most people. You know, consciousness is in the brain. It's not your brain. Because you could have a piece of your brain chewed off by a dog.
Chewed up by a dogma.
Chewed out by a lion. A lion, right? You can still be conscious, right? You might not be able to speak, right? But they call you vegetated, right? When you're like that, you don't move. They call you vegetated. Means you don't move, but you still have a consciousness, and you still think, you still feel, right?
Man, I'm looking like a vegetable snack right here. Sheesh.
Sumedh, stop trying to turn on these dudes. They're trying to listen. This is the Better Man podcast.
But man, the women listen. The women listen. They tune in as well. I know they do.
I know,
Come on,
dude. I swear.
I swear.
I feel like it's a majority of women that fuck with my shit. More women fuck with what I'm saying and what I'm doing than men do. I do get some applause from the men. I do get some men working with me. But just more women. I don't know, something about me. Honestly, it's my sexuality. This is what it is. It's my youth. It's my ability to make you feel young. It's my ability to make you feel strong. It's my ability to make you feel powerful. So, like, you know, Sumedh, actually, do you ever see me put people down? Only when they need me to put them down.
Yeah.
Now, what does it actually mean to put them down? Just be a bit more stern. Like grounding them is what that means. Okay. Right? To put someone down is you're up in the clouds, boom, we're going to put you down into the ground.
You're planting them like a seed.
Exactly. Right? We need to focus on the root chakra. Boom. That's what putting someone down means. So yeah, I put people down when I need to. God, bro, I swear, man.
Welcome to the Better Man podcast. It's playing in reverse now. You're all confused, like what's going on here?
It just starts over.
Welcome to the Better Man podcast.
Honestly, if you want to press pause, we'll have like a coffee break, and then we'll record 2 podcasts in one go.
Yeah.
Think about how effective that is.
We'll do that.
So should we just end this one or just cut like the other one or whatever?
Yeah, we'll cut it. We'll stop this one.
All right, so should we end it anyway?
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining. You have genuinely delighted my soul by listening to this.
You are virtuous, you are too kind, and we respect you.
tune in next week. Could even be like maybe on a Saturday, because sometimes the Wi-Fi, we have trouble here in India. But I promise you, we are dedicated to you. We are focused on giving you the best transformation possible. Only the best.
Peace out,
Do
sayonara.
the best, forget the rest. Be a fucking better man. All right. All right. Is that cool with you? Is that cool with you?